I'm going to install the GB Racing engine cover kit for the SV650. It's for the 2015 model year onwards. This is what you get if you order the three-piece kit. You get the covers themselves, all the hardware to install them, and they each come with full instructions. Already taken off the 3 bolts that you should take off. These are quite a loose fit. It's meant to be 8 Newton meters as per the service manual, but to be honest, with bolts this small in this material, I'd rather just do it by hand. They don't feel particularly tight. I think hand tight will be fine. I've put a bit of ACF 50 just over the parts which are going to be covered by the engine covers to prevent any corrosion or dirt or damage happening underneath the covers. Okay, that's a good start. So the 2 longer bolts go here, and the shorter bolt which comes with the kit goes here. Go. Remains to be seen how much protection that'll actually give, but it's on there. Now I'm just going to pull off the bolts that I have to pull off this cover. As you can see, these are not particularly tight, just hand tight. And I wouldn't even bother leveraging it. Just do it like this, otherwise you're liable to strip something. That was a bit tired and rest. So far all these fasteners are the same length. Feel free to just throw your tools on the ground. We do have a kind of a hole here. I don't know, maybe it's that for a safety wire? That's convenient. These all seem to be the same length, so no issues there. They clarify in the instructions what length bolt goes in each hole, so if you lose track, it's in the instructions anyway. Aesthetically, it's not the most pleasing thing in the world, but I'm going to be tracking the bike, so I'd rather scuff these up than the engine covers themselves. Okay, mostly the same story on this side, but there is a little bit of a distinction. There's a couple of oil washers here that have to go onto the kit in bolt 1 and 2. So these are the bolts here. Those have oil seal washers on this side of the bolts, and we're going to be bolting on top of those washers. We're also going to be adding some additional washers onto these sides of the kit. So that's the only complexity on this side. Otherwise we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to ACF 50 the cover and install this hand tight. It's about 8 Newton meters. I can't tighten the bolts which are on there already any more than they are by hand like this, so I'm going to go with that. I'd rather not use the torque wrench I have is 200 Newton meters. I tested it on these fasteners, and even at the minimum setting it's starting to turn them. Okay, crack these top two bolts, and you can use your template here, and these bottom two bolts. Okay, so we're not going to reuse the bolt, but we are going to reuse this washer. There are 4 new bolts and our 2 new oil washers. So these 2 washers will be used in addition to the ones that we already have. They're slightly different. These go on top of the GB Racing cover. So this is how we're going to be doing this. The new oil washers go on top there, the existing ones go down here. So take one of your new washers, put on your new bolt in there, and an existing oil washer on top of that. There we go. Again, new bolt, new oil washer, goes on like that, into the cover, existing oil washer, onto the bolt. And then it's the shorter bolt, longer bolt. There we go. GB Racing engine covers. I've got the M sliders, frame sliders there as well, so between this and that, and hopefully not dropping the bike, everything will be good. And this is the other side. It looks okay for what it is, and hopefully it'll do a good job.